And we're back with an all-new episode of Keep It, and I have an unbelievable announcement. My new album, The Life of a Showgirl, comes out sometime in October. I'm kidding. When Taylor Swift comes out with an album, you just have to remark on it somehow. It just matters to the rest of us. But you know what actually matters more? My guest host today is a bona fide legend. Somebody who I think taught a lot of us what funny is, what funny means to us. There's nothing else to say. It's Margaret Cho.
Hi, I love you. Thank you very much.
I am so psyched you are here. In fact, just in particular, one reason I love you being here is that you're one of the few people who your comedy has always had pop culture in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're always commenting on television or
Yes.
music or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Was that always part of the plan? Did you know that when you'd be performing, like, oh, today I'm going to be talking about, I don't know, the Poseidon Adventure or something?
I think so. Well, you always have to talk about the Poseidon Adventure when we find out that Shelley Winters is a swimmer. And
Yes.
a strong swimmer at that.
Maybe the strongest in the whole crew, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What a great film. And, you know, it's something that like pop culture is because I live through movies. I live through my music. I live through what's out there in the media. And so as a comedian, it seemed like super appropriate to be able to like do that as an artist, you know, to comment on it. And at the time, you know, I started in the 1980s, so not a lot of comedians were doing that necessarily. So it was special, you know, because I was talking about Charlie's Angels, which had just gone off the air. This is how long ago this was. So, and being, you know, kind of like enamored with this idea of like roller disco and all like dolphin shorts and, you know, nostalgia that was only about 3 or 4 years old.
You were actually one of the first people, I think, to mythologize the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, that became sort of an industry in the 2000s with things like I Love the 80s and stuff.
Right.
But you were very onto that early on, or you seem to miss the 80s immediately.
I missed the 80s while they were still happening. I missed the 80s because the 80s started to not be the 80s around 88, 89. I think whenever Mr. Mister appeared.
Oh, okay.
It was the call.
It got the power chords and stuff. Yeah.
It was the Kyrie eleison was a kind of a like death knell.
Yeah. Into hair metal on the way
Hair
out.
metal came in, and then everybody got really dusty, like the not dusty in the way that we think of now, like a negative connotation, but actual literal dust. Like Duran Duran started to have a lot of dust in their videos.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Everything was really brown.
Like the November Rain video, you know,
Yeah.
like sort of Western tinged also.
Western tinge. November Rain also was like, there was just a lot of mud and
Yeah.
falling down on a grave. You were like lurching towards a grave and then falling down on it.
Right. I think also that was the beginning of Supermodels, early 90s. That's a
Yes.
specific difference from the 80s too, I think.
Yeah, well, supermodels and then supermodels. Well, models and rock stars always had that, but I think this was now the commercialization or the marketing, the monetization of the model rock star relationship.
Right, right. Also, speaking of pop culture, it must be remarked upon your performance on Celebrity Jeopardy, where you played Rachel Brosnahan and
Yes.
Seth Green.
Yes.
And there's no other way to put this. You absolutely trounced them. They literally are dead now.
Well, you know, I didn't want to do that because I felt bad because but I love that show.
Imagine not loving that show.
And I studied so hard. So I also had a bit of luck because I had the right rhythm of the beep. You've been on that. Right?
Yes, correct.
It's the beeper.
No, there was a time on my episode where like 3 or 4 times in a row I missed, and you realize you're either in the rhythm or you're not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're in, and it's some guy off stage who's triggering it, who's allowing you to buzz in, and if you buzz in early, you're locked out for a little while. So
Yeah.
right, you had that rhythm.
I had the rhythm. That's mostly it. Also, you have to listen to the topic, not necessarily the prompt, but the topic that the query is coming from, because that's kind of where the answer is, and that's how they trick you. They're so smart when they write all of those prompts that you know they trick you with like going off. Making you go off on a tangent mentally.
Right.
So,
which for the good players, that just gives you the time to know the answer and then wait to buzz in, basically. I should also say that we have a second co-host here today. You have a friend in your lap.
This is my dog, Lucia Caterina.
And I can't believe this is the first dog I've met with that name. Most dogs should be named that.
I mean, she's a wonderful girl. She's a big fan of yours.
Oh.
So I
can
had
tell.
to bring her because she would not stay at home.
I don't think I've ever seen a dog on this podcast. I also, it's she's professional. She's like camera ready and
Yes, she's
hanging out.
she had like hair and makeup done like super early because she wanted to be like perfectly ready for you because she
Okay.
loves you.
Very good. Thank God. Well, we're here today to talk about all sorts of pop cultural things. First of all, is it possible that South Park is the new Saturday Night Live? And now that
Yes.
they are being extremely up-to-date topical, you know, week to week these shows come out and up-to-date Trump news will be included, including actual like paper footage of Trump himself involved in the episode. So we will discuss that today. We will also discuss our favorite trash TV, what that means to you. Trash to somebody else might be real prestigious. To us, it can be the opposite. We'll see what happens there. Also in this episode today, we have no extra guests because did you know that Margaret Cho is one of the greatest people ever? We should just be talking to her.
I love it.
Also, I feel like I could throw any celebrity name at you and you would have just a rad opinion.
I think so.
Can I just be
Yeah, let's
completely
try it.
random?
Let's try
I
it.
am going to pick Gregory Peck.
Well, my mother used to call herself Mrs. Peck because she stanned him, and she would go see like To Kill a Mockingbird. Like she would go to the theaters and like watch him, and they would say, "Oh, Mrs. Peck," because she was like, "He is fine." And
He is fine.
I look at him now, and I'm like, "That's some fine shite."
Yeah.
Like he is some fine shite.
Also, he was like 6'3" and like 114 pounds.
I mean, gorgeous, but like lanky.
Yes.
Lanky and like just like creaky walking around with all these like
Creaky.
progressive opinions.
Yes.
He's
Also,
gorgeous.
I was just watching a game show called Person, Place, or Thing where they were spotted clues like Margaret Mitchell wrote this book and it's the main character is Scarlett O'Hara. And this guy buzzes in and says To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh my God.
Margaret. I'm so glad this isn't a tall building because I'd be jumping off
I
it.
mean, he loves the poorly educated. This is why we need the Board of Education.
Yes. I can't believe your mom was Mrs. Peck.
Yeah, she was Mrs. Peck.
Oh.
I love Roman Holiday. She loves Roman Holiday.
Oh, we got the mom impression today.
Oh.
Yes.
And then, but I don't think he fit very well on a Vespa.
Oh, no.
But still,
Again,
you know,
too creaky.
toe creaky, but also kind of creaky. Audrey Hepburn there as well. He was just they don't make him like that. Well, I do think, Jacob Elordi has the quality
He would
of an
be
old
the
movie
obvious
star.
scion. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, a
there's-
little Chalamet too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. Good creaky quality.
But he had to bring that back.
Yeah.
You know, again, a man who is like 90% scapula.
It's all the lumbar acting. It's like a lot of, yeah, definitely. So that's so true.
Netflix's soapy, adulterous, and all-around bi-curious Hunting Wives is taking the streaming platform by storm, which got me and Margaret wondering, if we watch even more delicious slop, could we achieve a perfect state of goo-brain bliss? Look forward to that. Today we'll examine the results of our research and keep its official summer watch list, Brain Rot Edition. I think before that, we want to get into something which might be edifying, South Park, and how, first of all, it's back and actually has technically never gone away.
No.
It's like General Hospital or one of those shows where I just assume it'll always be on or The Price is Right or whatever. But I haven't watched it in 25 years. In fact, when it debuted, or around the time it debuted, I remember specifically defending Strangers with Candy. I'm like, this is my comedy show.
Oh, yeah, I love that show.
And it lasted only, 2 more seasons or
I
whatever.
love that show.
But what do you make of this new South Park, which is specifically Trump-centric?
It's healing. It's like seeing the tiny penis was so healing. Like for a nation, I do think that it hurt his feelings because he didn't really make a statement about it. Like the White House kind of made a statement about it, but then he didn't go off. Like he goes off on people for a year, like Rosie O'Donnell, like Bruce Springsteen. Like he goes off on Harvard. Like he goes off on things and ideas that people who are against him. But he only sort of made one sort of remark about South Park, I think, through the White House and then never did. So I think he's actually pretty bent out of shape.
One of my favorite lies he tells is that Taylor Swift isn't popular anymore.
Yeah, that's a crazy...
Like there's not one metric under which that could possibly be true.
I mean, she's the most popular and famous and successful rock star in a generation, like much more than anybody ever.
No, I would assume she is more successful than Michael Jackson at this point. I would assume.
I think so. I mean, I think that if you really looked at her body of work all together and then you line that up against previous people like Michael Jackson or Madonna is the only person that I could say rivals it. But I think that it even outshines Madonna.
In terms of she is only accelerated. You know what I mean? Like imagine if 20 years in, she was still reaching her best album. Madonna, of course, did that time with like Ray of Light and Music and stuff, but it's only been an ascent for Taylor Swift. There's never been like a Bedtime Stories wobble.
Well, I wouldn't. I would take issue with that. I mean, something's coming over. Come on, it's a great.
Oh no, that's one of my favorite albums. I love the album. Yeah.
I love the grill.
Yeah.
I love when she has a really skinny eyebrow. So, you know, there's a lot to no, but I think that for the scope of the fandom also, because I think Taylor, it really hits all sorts of people. Like, it's not, because Madonna, it's like, it's very broad as well. But with Taylor, it I don't know, even fans like Mark Maron.
Right.
Who must bow down. We must bow down. Like, her excellence in songwriting, her musicality, everything that she does, like, and her marketing and the way that she does these tours, like, there's a brilliance that we just haven't seen. Right.
The 4-quadrant demographic for sure. Because I do want to say that I feel like Madonna was maybe the first superstar who said, actually, we don't need to include straight men. You know what I mean? They're just not really a part of the equation ultimately.
Of course. And that's the great thing. But also with Madonna, which is different from Taylor, Madonna did not write the majority of her songs.
Right.
So Madonna is kind of still a product of a lot of her songs were written for her, or she sort of like from
certainly early on.
Yeah, early on. And so, you know, that, and then a lot of her stuff is like sort of made in production, where Taylor, it's her songwriting, it's her lyricism, it's her musicality, it's like her musicianship, it's everything. Like, it's pretty incredible.
This is what I love about South Park, I have to say. Oh, but I just to get back to that, since we are talking about it, I did appreciate on South Park, I've heard every Kristi Noem joke possible. Like, all right, we all know she like shot the dog the one time or whatever, and she admitted that in her memoir. Something about just the whiz bang of actually seeing her with the animated gun, like go into, at the end of the episode, they just show her walking into a pet store and you see a silhouette of her shooting around. Just the so stupid treatment of her, beyond having to just make fun of her for having this chapter in her memoir, was just so pleasing, turning them into a literal comic strip character.
Right.
You know?
And she didn't mention that. Like, she was super upset, like, that it was lazy to make fun of her looks. But she did not mention the fact that they really did a great job with the dog. Like, I was flinching, like, because I don't want to, even if it's an animated dog, I don't want to see it get shot. But every time it was great. But the way that she kind of put it, like, and the way that she put it in her book, like, sometimes you have to do things that are hard, which is so, she's so gross. But I did love also the face that kept falling off.
Yeah. And it got more and more disgusting. It was like the painting the scream every time. Yeah.
It was just very, very The Substance.
Yes.
And I was loving that reference, that cross reference too. But really, it's not about her looks. She's just rotten on the inside. I think it's just proven. But the whole, like, shooting the puppies was a really great joke.
Well, also, it's like, it's hard not to get into looks when a whole part of her thing is putting together obvious, like, visual spectacles. Like here I am dolled up in front of whatever, this detention center or something. So it's like the optics alone are worth making fun of, you know?
Right. And it's so grotesque. She's dressing up to sell a concentration camp.
Right.
She's dressing up to put human beings in camps that have done nothing wrong, that are only there because of the color of their skin. It's so vile. That she dolls up with those, with all that Indian hair.
Yes.
I know, it's all that expensive Indian, that good long hair.
Right.
And she's, you know, got, I don't think it's sculpture. I think it is like a Juvederm. She's got a really pump, like 3 or 4 vials up in that face, at least, fresh. And to do that in order to torture and incarcerate human beings.
Right. I think something I particularly like about what South Park is doing is, first of all, the show could just go on without this Trump world, right? But like, it's this completely fictional world that's deciding to dovetail with ours. And there's something very, I don't want to say touching about that, but just like, it's such an extreme caricature-based world, and adding these people does not seem like a stretch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the fact that fits so cohesively already says something. And then something else I love is that, weirdly, you don't think of South Park as really like a conscientious show, but really what you get on this show is characters standing in a line, exchanging glances a lot, and even watching fake animated characters who are like bratty kids see one of these Trump-like public figures do something disgusting and then exchange glances, that already, like, that empathy already hits.
It
like
does.
That's better than hearing just a joke about it. Just
Yeah.
seeing two characters be like, this is already so strange.
Right.
You know?
Right. And the kind of like acceptance of what's going on, even though they're
Yes.
scared and they're going for it, like, oh, okay, you know, I love the hesitance, but it's like the societal acceptance. I guess we're doing this now. Like the way that society now accepts all this tyranny. Like we're just accepting
Yeah.
that there's martial law in Washington, D.C. We're just accepting that Trump's trying to say that 14-year-olds are adults.
Right.
You know, like we're accepting it and we're all kind of looking at each other like, uh-oh. And it's a commentary on that too. Like, what can we do? Where do we have power? Well, maybe we have power in ridicule. That's why South Park is so important.
And also, it's so up to the minute too. Like
Yeah.
it's almost again, it makes me think of like what a comic strip can do. It's like if we're writing these up to the minute, you know, it just there's a relevance and it's escapism is that in that I'm watching a cartoon, but it's also not escapism is that it's sort of keeping you up to speed on everything that's happening
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So that kind of like dichotomy I think is really cool and also like very unique. I mean, I write for Jimmy Kimmel Live, you know, there are shows where we're joking about what's going on, but to incorporate it into a story about fictional people, I think that hits differently and I remember it differently, you know. The broadness of the humor hits so well too. But also it's a really also sophisticated show. I love that they haven't sacrificed a bit of the actual characters
Right.
to tell this story. Like Cartman's storyline is that he doesn't want NPR to be canceled because he finds it to be so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like maybe like a lazy critic would say like, oh, they're both sidesing this, but it's such an absurd thing to like about NPR
Yeah,
that I don't think
yeah.
it is lampooning the left or making fun of the left. It's just saying this character is, you know, so stupid and so ridiculous.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
it's like it's rooted so strongly in the left, and I think it always has been, even though they do take sort of like other sides in a way just to make fun of it. I think there's there's always been a kind of voice of the people coming from South Park. No matter when the era was, it's always been that.
Yeah, right. Keep It is brought to you by Helix. Once again, I've slept on my Helix mattress, and I have to tell you, it went fabulously. I am curled up with a bunch of new blankets, which I will tell you about later. And the degree of sleep I'm getting right now is so exceptional. I'm on work hiatus right now, so that means very little is going on with me brain-wise already. So I should be prepared for the sleep of my life. And luckily, I am getting it thanks to my trusty Helix mattress. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. Everybody is unique and everybody sleeps differently. That's why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. So how will you know which Helix mattress works best for you and your body? Well, you take the Helix Sleep Quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. I remain a midnight Lux, and I'm trying to describe the intricacies of what I get during my sleep on it that you haven't heard before. But I guess the answer is I love sleeping with the knee way up. Picture like, you know, like Ryu from Street Fighter giving you a hard kick, like it goes knee first and then the leg is extended. That's sort of how I sleep midway through that kick. And it just suits me. And the bed wants me to sleep in that position because I immediately am shaped like an outline on a street. And it just works for me that way. So your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Go to helixsleep.com/keepit for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/keepit. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/keepit. Keep It is brought to you by Soul. So I got a whole shipment of Soul products, CBD products, and I gave them to one of my very good friends who, let's just say, loves some CBD. And I stood there with a notepad and pen like Margaret Mead and just watched what happened. They were loving it. The nice thing about THC gummies is you can see on your friends when they're working correctly. And the vibe was contagious, and I believe I still have some of it on me right now. Sometimes you just need a little something as you wind down to help take the edge off the long day. That's where today's sponsor, Soul, can help. Soul is a wellness brand that believes feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and enhance creativity and relaxation. The out-of-office gummies come in 4 different strengths, so you can find the perfect dose for your vibe. Choose from a gentle microdose, perfect buzz, a noticeable high, or a fully lit experience. Ooh, give that a moment to simmer. With wellness at the forefront, you can feel good about what you're putting in your body. All of Sol's products are made from organically farmed, USA-grown hemp and are vegan, gluten-free, and low in sugar. And if you like their out-of-office gummies, you've got to try their new out-of-office beverage, a refreshing, alcohol-free, alternative perfect for summer sipping. Plus, Sol has so many other amazing wellness products with or without THC, including a variety of gummies and capsules that can improve sleep, stress, pain, focus, bloating, and more. Bring on the good vibes and treat yourself to Sol today. Right now, Sol is offering our audience 30% off your entire order. Go to getsol.com and use the code KEEPIT. That's getsol.com, promo code KEEPIT for 30% off. So let's get into more formal trash TV. What else are you watching that is either rotting your brain or building it up?
Well, I think trash TV is having a moment now because I think that we are, nobody's watching really because we're all looking at our phones at the same time. And we need television that can sustain that, which is long episodes that are kind of mostly about nothing, and then one big thing happens. So that's Ultimatum.
Which I have not seen yet. You have to tell me about this show.
So it's the show is about I've only seen the queer version, but it's about these lesbian couples who have been together for a while, and then one of the couples.
How original.
Yeah. But one of the couples has an ultimatum with the other. We're going to get married, and we're going to go on the show, and we're going to get married. And if and they come with their partner that they have given the ultimatum, and then they pick another partner from the other couples attending the show.
Yeah.
And they live with them in a trial marriage. And that's sort of like a 3-week thing. They live by the beach with another couple. Another coupling. And it's very scandalous, but it's also, there's not a lot that happens because it's just coupling for, two people together kind of getting to know each other. And there's a lot of drama every once in a while because sometimes there'll be sex or sometimes there'll be a Spotify playlist will get out. That was a huge scandal. And so, I think that we like these shows because kind of not a lot happens and then a lot happens.
Yeah.
And I like to watch lesbians.
Oh, sure.
That's I think that's my area of interest in my life. So it makes good TV. But another form of the kind of coupling thing is 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yeah, which is now like an institution of television. It's like our 60 Minutes.
It is like our 60 Minutes. It's like there's so many episodes and there's so many people in the universe. I got obsessed with Darcy and Stacy like a while ago. And to the point where I saw Stacy and Florian outside of a hotel in Brooklyn. And I stopped and I pretended to be smoking a cigarette and I took pictures of them shaking like so hard. And then I couldn't even take a picture because I was so starstruck. And then I called my friend and I tried to FaceTime to show, but I was so, when I'm around a reality show star, I kind of freak out.
Well, I'm telling you, there's something about seeing a reality star out in the wild that is, for me, namely one that's like popular in that moment, that is a little bit more powerful than even seeing like a real A-list movie star. I remember at the time, it was 2009, I moved to LA. Literally, the guy who just got kicked off American Idol, I had a friend in from Iowa where I went to school, and we saw him. Like we had just seen him eliminated on American Idol. His name is Scott McIntyre. Mm-hmm. And we shrieked. It was like fully Beatlemania.
Yeah.
And it's that thing like you're a celebrity, but you're one of us. Maybe that's a part of it. I don't know.
There's a kind of earthbound quality that the reality show people have, but that's still very much star-like. Like, I don't know what I would do if I saw Tiffany Pollard.
Yeah.
If I met her, I don't think I would. I think I would fall to my feet. Like I would fall down. Like I don't know. Like I would be arrested. Like I would be. I couldn't. I don't think I could find words to speak. I would want to say, I would like to let Gemma know. Like I would want. I would want to recall all of her famous soliloquies. Because they're so meaningful to me.
Oh, well, also, she's so monologue driven and catchphrase driven that, like, I don't know that she's meant to be interacted with. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you talk with Tiffany Pollard?
Monologue driven. She really is.
She's Tennessee Williams.
Like, she really is. It is sonnets.
Yes.
They're like sonnet. When I was working on Fire Island, I was next door in our dressing rooms with Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang, and I could hear them doing Tiffany Pollard. Like,
Oh, you don't say. That does sound like
the
them.
old maiden shoes. It was so.
I'm so sorry, Beyonce. Or that
Yeah.
whole monologue. Yeah.
I mean, to me, she's like the poet laureate of the gay community. Like,
Yes.
she's definitely, she's.
She's speaking at the inauguration of the first gay president.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, she's just. I don't know. Like, I don't think of another terrestrial celebrity or like a movie star that could compete.
No. I mean, we haven't had a housewife yet who's that quotable. In fact, my problem
Right.
with the housewives is actually a similar problem I have to Get Ready The Simpsons, where when people quote it, they don't realize there's not enough context. Like, it's not funny enough. Like, when they're just like, and she said, you're crazy. I'm like, well, you don't say. That sounds like something that would happen every episode.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We need the context for it to really shine in the brilliance. Like, we do need the context in Housewives. The one person that I would say is the exception was two. I would say Lisa Rinna
Yes.
is the exception because Lisa Rinna you could take out and can do anything anywhere. She's very versatile.
And very game.
She's very game. She's really like up for whatever and has a great sense of humor about all of it. So I love her. And then also Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, yes. And of course, I believe all poker players. I'm so sorry,
Yes.
Joan Rivers, who got into that fight with Annie Duke. But I believe the sanctity of poker people.
She is very, like, I love her poker face and I love that she doesn't need it. She's a billionaire. She doesn't need it.
I love
She's-
that. The Jamie Gertzes, the people who
Oh,
just
yeah.
got the money somehow.
They don't need it.
Yeah.
They don't need any of you. Like, I love the women who just don't need it. Like Eve. Eve, she doesn't need it.
No.
They don't need it.
Oh my God, Eve, I miss her.
I miss her, but she's, billionaire living in the Cotswolds or in England, England with her rich white husband.
She's Enya Ing or
yeah,
whatever.
which also Enya doesn't need it.
No, Enya is like, please just let me sit behind a gargoyle the rest of my life.
All she wants to, I mean, that's like, what a treasure. What
Yeah.
a wonderful, that's a life plan. That's what to live for. That's what I want to be.
You know who remains like the gold standard of reality stars? I'm upset. If I saw them in public, I wouldn't know what to do. Is Real World cast members, because they were so. I mean, it's a groundbreaking show anyway, but like you couldn't help but get to know those people and just it's like you want to follow them for the rest of their lives. I can't explain it.
Right.
They were documented, and they were just in that era before you knew how to act on camera, and I think that was true even into the 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
people didn't really figure it out. They're just like complete messes on camera. Like that girl Kelly Wolf, who used to be married to Scott Wolf, she's like going through some drama right now. I can't stop. I keep thinking about Kelly Wolf because
Yeah.
I love the Real World New Orleans so much.
Yeah. And then you think about them in the context of the show, and then you think about them after, and then the after is like it's so much misery, and you want to know, like, I want to fill in the gaps. Like, I don't want to stop watching you.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep watching you.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why these people are cast. There's a brilliance to reality show casting. And then there's people that you want to see. Like, I think about all of the girls from the Flavor of Love.
Oh, God.
I think
Pumpkin.
I think about Pumpkin and Buck Wild.
Oh yeah. Tasty, please.
Oh, Tasty.
Which I believe was Taystee.
Who was the one that got the panties thrown?
Oh God, that's taking me back. I forget which one.
That she said that she looked like Beyonce. This
Yeah.
was a Tiffany Pollard episode.
God.
And there was a panties thrown, and the panties stuck to the wall, or something like. There was some kind of. I don't know. This was I think pumpkin spit.
Yeah, that does sound like Pumpkin. The Pumpkin I know, she's a spitter.
She spit. Buck Wild lost her accent.
Yeah. Oh, very Madonna.
There's I think about all of those like that era, or Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girls Club, which was, by the way, like 26 seasons.
Yeah.
It was fully Gunsmoke.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just went on and on.
It went on, and it was like Mousetrap. It's
Yeah.
never closed. It's never closed. It's like
still on the West End.
It's still out on the West End. The Bad Girls Club was like, I said, the genius of, you want to watch these girls, and you want to watch them fighting. You want to watch, is it Tanisha hitting the pots and pans in the hallway?
Right. No, chaos. Big Brother has some of that too, where
Yeah.
people get so stir crazy that
Yeah.
they are just intentionally antagonizing each other. In fact, I was just saying my favorite thing about Big Brother, a show I generally speaking keep up on, is that everybody on that show is a quote unquote super fan. Like you get the talking head of them being like, this is my favorite show I've been watching since season 1, which is, by the way, over 20 years ago. And then they get on the show within one day crying on camera. Like
Yeah.
it's the worst decision of their lives. Like,
Yeah.
and yet they can't help themselves. They're like drawn into the fold.
I think there's a lot of things happening on Big Brother. I think it's withdrawal from devices
Yes.
and the forced.
Yeah, occupying the brain.
Yeah, occupying the brain and forced communication with other people that's unbroken. Because even if you're like in a social context now, you have the ability to break contact with your phone and then you have this isolating thing. And, you know, for a lot of people, that's just a sense of safety and home, much more than we realize. So whenever they're on a reality show where their devices are taken away, we're watching like the withdrawal of like electronics.
Right. And I'm sure a deep sadness, I mean, an actual withdrawal sits in. I mean, like when you watch the feeds on Big Brother, it's a lot of people sitting together saying nothing. You know, it feels like they've been chloroformed or something, or like a gas is being, introduced to the room.
Yeah, because phones affect us mentally so much. I don't think we realize the effect of like the radio static of phones and always being able to look at something. And, you know, just ambient sounds that we're always like, everybody's always listening to a podcast. Everybody's always listening to music. Everybody's always listening to something outside because of our phones. Their entire entertainment systems and communication systems that are built in. So when that's gone, that's 12 hours of your day gone.
What would you miss most if you were in the Big Brother house?
TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you get most from TikTok?
Bulldog.
Okay.
I watch people eat bulldog ramen. I realize that's like my whole feed.
My feed would all be like retro footage of like Night of a Thousand Stars and stuff.
Oh,
Like pure retro, like Nick at Night style TikTok.
wow, that's incredible.
But what I would miss most is Wikipedia. Because I would think to myself, like, was Lil' Kim 7th billed in Joanna Man?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh, you can't, I'll never know.
Now
I
you
won't
have to
know
know.
until October.
Now you have to know. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I actually would really miss Wikipedia because I'm always looking like I want to know. Like,
Yeah. And donating.
yes, donating also.
Yes.
But you know that there's so much information that I need right there.
Right. No, I can't imagine. And I'm positive I'm going to be cast with people who don't know shit.
Mhm.
You know, so I have to be the one to, be able to name whatever the 2002 Best Supporting Actress nominees.
I need to know.
You know.
Did you have you been asked to be on it?
One of my best friends won it in 2013. No, though I think if I were on a reality show, I would pick that one because it requires no talent. You know, like you sort of just get to say a joke every once in a while to camera. Hopefully I would be funny enough that I would be the talking head guy, but I really feel like they only pick one funny person a year, or intentionally funny or not. So you have a lot to compete with.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Like, I wonder what it would be like to, because we just don't know what we'd be like in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't know. I mean, other than you would know, like if you're on House of Villains, which I actually love too. House of Villains is Tiffany Pollard was on that.
Yes.
And she went toe to toe with Omarosa, one of the great monologues.
The idea that it took us this long to get to that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Medea. That should be restaged every 2 years.
I mean, it is totally Medea. Not the Tyler Perry one.
Not the same.
No,
not
the same.
I'm talking about Judith Anderson. Yes.
But it was Titans going to war. Like it was like the battle of good and evil.
Yes.
But it was just so good. But House of Villains is good because they know that these are all people who have had problems on reality television and cause problems. And so the whole show is set up for that. So I love it.
Also, Tiffany Pollard's set up as a villain against Omarosa is just so important too.
It's so
because Omarosa
important.
like deeply sucks.
Omarosa is like such a terrible. I mean, she's so terrible. I mean, she worked for the first Trump administration. Like it's just the worst of the worst.
And by the way, like the offer to her was just, we got you a desk. Like there wasn't like a clear like MO or like go ahead and help in this thing, you know.
Or just a symbol that Trump isn't racist, see?
Yeah, right.
That's what she was. But it was really, I mean, she's just the worst. So it's so great to see the great Tiffany Pollard.
Are you a Project Runway person?
I am fallen out, but I know I could dive right back in.
I am there's a new season right now, and Heidi is back.
Yeah,
And
good.
Heidi refuses to be too likable. Like, she'll still be kind of curt and rude.
Yeah.
Which I like. It's just it's German supermodel privilege. Like,
Yeah.
she's just like, allow me to be me. I will say this: the show is in the interesting position of Christian Siriano is now doing the Tim Gunn job of mentoring the contestants, and he's probably better at it than Tim Gunn, and that he's in the industry,
right?
And is just immediately like, there's no. He knows immediately what he thinks, and he's just like, you really should change this. That said, there's just something about Tim Gunn and the empathy factor and the I couldn't help but notice you don't know how to, whatever. It's like there's a light character quality that I am missing from Christian Siriano, even though he's good and even though he's funny.
Right. I think that's, I mean, I want to watch him do that because I think he's such an interesting designer and I do love his point of view. Like, he's the greatest American designer right now. So it's wonderful to have that perspective. And I also love La Roche.
Oh, no, La Roche is crucial right now.
He is so cutthroat. Like, he doesn't mince word. Like, he is so right and so righteous about it. Yeah. That I love the precision of his critique. Like, I'm talking mostly about Legendary, which was the great.
With Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, the greatest voguing show with Jamil.
Yes.
I mean, the greatest voguing show, I think, with Leomi. And like, I really miss it.
That show was unbelievable. The production value was crazy.
Yeah.
And also just everybody was like handing it to you. It was almost too much. Like, it was hard to pick a winner, really.
It was so hard. But then when La Roche would be critical, he would just tear you down. Yeah. Like, or if another, I think Tiffany Haddish gave a 10 to somebody. And then he said, well, that seemed like you were giving that as a GoFundMe. And it was so hard and it was so good. Like, La Roche, I think, is such a welcome voice because his praise is so powerful because his criticism is so piquant. Yes.
And also, he is just a great natural successor to Michael Kors, which I was just discussing with friends, is sort of like a kind of gay guy we don't really have as much anymore. Just like a snarler. You know what I mean? Like somebody who says, oh, like walks into a room and basically acts like it smells. And like just the legendary lines about like bad outfits and, oh, of course this is bad or whatever. And it always hits so hard because their only voice of reason beforehand is Tim Gunn, who is like the ultimate diplomat. Yeah. So it always hits them extra hard to realize, oh, wait, that wasn't reality. That was just like, my TA.
Yeah. I mean, Tim Gunn had, a soothing quality of like, he just wants you to be okay. Yeah. He just wants you to be okay. And then Michael Kors would just come at you with a lot of the former arbitrary rules about fashion, like no white after Labor Day. Yes. Which are just boring and nobody cares about. All people care about now is if it's yes. We don't care. Just, it has to be.
Why isn't there a show called Is It?
Yeah, Is It?
Like, Is It Cake or whatever,
like,
except it's about fashion.
Or
yeah. Okay. Should we call Andy Cohen right now? Yeah. This feels like it's eligible to occur.
I think so.
All right. That was a lot of trash rot. I think we both built ourselves on this.
We built a house. Yeah. We built a house.
Let's move in.
I know. We can live there.
A 2BR. Margaret and I have been crisscrossing this goddamn country of ours, and we've been taking notes. That brings us to our next segment, in which we share a helpful guide to the latest queer hotspots, the familiar faces you can expect to see, and some important etiquette questions we feel need to be addressed for the community. So let's get into it. Were you just recently in...
I was in Provincetown last week, and I love Provincetown. I mean, I love all gay vacation spaces. Like, it's really, to me, really is such a pleasure. It's so great to go there because you feel like Trump isn't president. Right. And everybody is having a great time.
It's very vacuum sealed where you are. It almost feels like news doesn't get there.
Right. But it's like safe. Like, we feel safe, we feel together, and we just see each other and having this beautiful time in the summer sun. It's great. But I can see the effects of Ozempic on the bear community. Oh, God. It's really, everybody's thin. Yeah. It's rough. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, it's good because I'm on it too. So we're all doing it. And it's great. But what I think happens is that when you're on a GLP-1, you lose desire for food, but you also lose desire for everything. Like you lose desire for sex. That's what's happened for me. Like I really lost it. And I feel like people are like they're not as excited about dick as they were.
But also, by the way, we're always talking about how Gen Z doesn't want to have sex either. So it's like, like, who is this up to anymore?
I think that we're like, at first you get a burst like when you're thin because like I got to have sex with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, because this body's not going to last. You know, like I got to show it off as somebody. And then, so you have a shopping spree and then you have a bunch of sex, but then you stay on it and then you're like, oh, it's weird how anhedonia really sets in and you really start to not care about anything. And like, not in a bad way, not in like a hopeless way, but it's like really like desire becomes something that's very on the back burner.
But also, I mean, that's so conducive to vegging, which is what you want to do at these places.
And vacation too.
Yeah.
But also you want to get some dick.
Right.
I think
Yeah,
in general.
but does it decrease wanting to socialize?
I don't think it decreases wanting to socialize. I think that socializing is very at the max. Like people are excited to be out. They're excited to be on vacation. They're excited to be having fun. But I do think like hooking up is like less.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it is fine, whatever it is. But I just know, like also as a hag on vacation, what we need to do is the men are there. Gay men, when they're hanging out, want dick. Like that's a thing. I think
it's in the air.
It's in the air, and we have to listen. Hags have to listen because they don't want women to see what they're going to do. They don't want women to be around after like 10:30 at night. They don't want us to be witness to their stuff. So you have to listen when the balls start filling up, like gluk, 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 gluk. You hear it. Like in Provincetown, you put your ear up to a seashell, and you can hear the balls fill. And when you hear the balls filling up, it's time to leave. It's time to get a pedicab. It's time to walk to your Airbnb. It's time to make sure you give the gay men a free and, you know, easy chance where they can get together and do their dirty business and not include you.
But in that case, what is necessarily the escape plan? And then where do you go? Does your night just end, or do you find other like hags to, you know, hag it up with?
You can hag it up with other hags.
Legally, you can.
Yeah,
yes.
You can hag it up with other hags, which is a great option.
Yeah.
There should be like a hag rideshare service, a hag safe house.
Yeah.
Where we could all
a hag
go.
ride. Yeah.
A hag ride that we could all go someplace where we could end the night together with a toast and maybe watch some trash TV, which is also, or usually what ends the night with me is I'm at home watching old music videos.
Oh.
I mean, that's sort of like a gay night out, is it always ends where I'm watching all of the Bangles music videos.
Oh my God. I love the song I'll Set You Free by the Bangles.
It's so great.
Yes.
It's so great.
Gay guy music video night is its own brand of thing, which hags I think generally are invited to.
Hags can go to that. That's not like that's more of like a night where you have with your sisters.
Yeah.
You know, like there's different sort of like connotations or where we could be. But when you're in like a club or like a gay bar, I think that at a certain point it's the dicking hour, and gay men deserve their space.
My favorite Lillian Hellman play, the dicking hour. Also, Provincetown has that thing where it's impossible to get to, which is classic gay destination bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you either need to take like a seaplane or something.
Right.
Or you need to, it takes forever to get down that island, whatever. Fire Island has its own ferry service that takes you to a train that takes you to New York. One of my favorite things is Black's Beach in San Diego, which is a gay nude beach. And in order to get down to it, you can be a sissy and take the stairs, which takes you a full mile the other direction, and then you have to walk down the sand to get there. Or you climb down this motherfucking ravine, which is straight up the wall from American Gladiators.
No.
Like you have to be ice or gold to survive.
Yeah.
And you are scaling down. You're watching people twist their ankles. It should be called Pickleball Mountain, the way people are just getting injured left and right. And it is treacherous. Like I don't think there is an option for like somebody in a wheelchair to get down. I don't think there is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it also appears that gay people like that, like there's this like bridge to Terabithia thing where you have to swing across, you know, a ravine in order to get to where you're going, like Romancing the Stone.
Right.
And we like that. We like the caper of it.
It's the caper of it, but it's also, well, you know, if you think about it, historically, it was for survival, so that we didn't have prying eyes on our lifestyle, so that we could go someplace that other people didn't want to go because it was too far and it was too scary. And together we're safe. So really the safety measures that, you know, those natural hazards put in place were really for our protection. So it's really, I mean, I think it's really touching, the fact that it's hard to get to, because it's it just proves how much we wanted to be gay.
Yeah. Is your favorite of the spots Provincetown?
My favorite probably, I mean, it's hard to say. They're all great. My favorite is probably Provincetown just because it's the one I've been going since 1986. So, and it's the one that I have like the most friends at, you know, it's the one that is probably like the one I've gone year round. You know, it's a place that I hold very dear. I'll probably be buried there. The funeral plots are very cheap. It's only $500.
Oh, cute.
It's a very cute cemetery.
Well, also, it's like you can eat pretty well there, right?
Yes.
There's like things to like there's like museums, etc. Whereas in Fire Island, it really is just about houses and occasional big parties, but like you're not going to eat anywhere particularly special. In fact, one of the funniest things about Fire Island, as you would know from having been in the movie, is that there are young, like teenage girls who must live in Montauk or something who work at the pantry.
Yeah.
And they are just baffled by what they are seeing. I was walking past some girls, and one of them said, "Why are all these men in their underwear?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to sit down and like the narrator in The Princess Bride, tell them everything.
No.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Like, it's very funny because they don't understand. They don't get it. But I mean, I do love Fire Island also just the community because everybody from New York is there.
Yeah.
And just seeing old friends and, you know, it's just about hanging out. And that, to me, like, Fire Island is definitely a more party place. It's like where you do drugs. It's like where you do Molly. It's where you're like out all night. Like, that's the like rules about like letting men have their dick are a little bit harder and faster because this is much more of a party situation.
Yeah, it's happening at 500 miles per hour, generally speaking.
Yeah, everybody's going to get dick. There was one time, though, like, I remember I was staying in a house and I had two of my friends stay in the bedroom underneath me. And I came home early, and these guys, they were just sisters, you know, but they both got dick.
Yeah.
So they brought the guys back. They brought their tricks back to the room, and they're trying to suck the dicks of their tricks without making eye contact or physical contact with their sister. That's the worst, when you're like trying to suck dick but be private so that your sister doesn't see.
There should be like a shoji screen or something.
It's so, and then they actually bumped elbows and they're like, ah!
But then they'll remember that forever.
Yes.
Once the dick goes down.
When the dick goes, they touched each other during sex. I was like, oh my God, no! But yeah, the meat rack is the wooded area between the Pines and Cherry Grove, which are the big two spots in Fire Island. So the meat rack is where everybody goes to have sex at night.
Sometimes there's like a big rave out there, but most of the time it's this hidden in the woods thing. Like you're in a cutscene from Bambi suddenly.
Yeah. So when I was first going, I started going there in the 2000s, like Y2K time. So guys, just all they had was the light of the flip phone to look at dick.
Wow.
How, you know,
primitive. Yeah.
quest for fire, like Ray Don Chong out there looking at dick with a flip phone, trying to like look at dick by the light of a flip phone. It was very, very primitive.
Wow. Yeah. Nokia, our only source of life. Oh my gosh. I feel like whenever I'm there during the summer, I guess it does rain occasionally, but it does feel like the weather just wants you to have a great time. It feels different than it does anywhere else in the city, you know?
Yeah.
I actually, whenever I go to market days in Chicago, which I just got back from, which is the big Chicago, they have gay pride too, but they have this other thing which used to just be a festival in the street and is now like blown up into like giant parties. For some reason, August in Chicago, the weather makes you feel like you could live in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, being from the Chicago suburbs, that is a lie. Nobody can live there. Though I do think that is the best gay neighborhood in the country. I love Boys Town, like the proximity of all the bars. I don't know. There's just something about. I feel like you look people in the eye a little bit more in Chicago.
Oh, there's just such
am I wrong about that? I don't know.
There's a beauty to the gay community there. I think it's because it's cold out most of the time.
Yeah, there's a real like thankfulness.
Yeah,
for that, you know.
So this exciting time where you don't have to have a jacket on.
Yeah,
like it's like a glee. That it's really precious and beautiful. I do love it.
I was upstairs at one of the giant parties called Meet, and I took a picture of the whole thing. Now, I want to say it was impressive how many people were there. It does run, I think, pretty white. It looked like that picture was giving Warsaw Pride. I was like, this is a kielbasa-loving community.
Krakow, come through, Krakow. Like it's so beautiful. I do love a really happy, like, kind of Midwestern gay celebration.
Yeah.
You know?
Apparently Columbus, Ohio is fabulous too. I've never been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like there's just something so touching about it because it's hard won.
And also it's like it's a hub, right? Because there's a whole state around it that's like runs a lot redder. So
Right.
those people have to go somewhere.
Right.
You know.
I mean, we need these spaces so much, especially now with like this possibility that Kim Davis is going to try to overturn gay marriage.
How is this woman like Halloween
This
H2O
bitch.
resurrectioning?
This bitch, like, what? Like, and also, why does her hair the same?
No,
The
right?
sa-
Still?
Like, bitch, like, who told you a scrunchie on top was a good idea? Like, this is not what we need right now. Oh, she came back. Like, how is this going? Why?
Well, how did she sustain herself for the past few years? I'm just saying, like it's like cicadas. I mean, I don't know where they went,
No.
and if I put my ear to the ground, maybe I could hear them.
Yeah.
But-
She just reanimated herself to come back, and it's not, it's just at the worst time. The worst time.
We should also talk quickly about some other etiquette on Fire Island. Is there any pet peeves you have when people are in gay spaces?
Any pet peeves I have, I think it's when straight women assume that gay men have to be in their service. Like there was a TikTok that sort of went viral about a woman who said that she was kind of waiting for an Uber, so she went into a gay bar and she got a drink and she was really upset because nobody came and talked to her and nobody was like, and I think there's this weird expectation sometimes that straight women have around gay men that I think they watch too much like reality television or think that gay men are somehow fairy godmothers to
Yeah.
straight women, that they're always there to give you a makeover. And it's not the case. Like, allow gay men to have their spaces and don't have bachelorette parties at a gay bar. Like,
Yeah.
that to me is a really obnoxious thing. And I can see why, because the gay men are safe and we have, really wonderful relationship with them. But at the same time, you should respect their space.
Right. I think there is a brand of woman who doesn't understand that the guys on Queer Eye are paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this isn't just like their vocation in life,
Right.
You know.
I mean, it's it's an honor to be given a makeover by a gay man. It's an honor to be the beneficiary of their life in aesthetics,
Yeah.
like that their interest in aesthetics and stuff. But it's also not if you don't receive that, it isn't hostility.
Right. My pet peeve, I call this brand of person, and I have been this person several times, scavenger hunter, which is they're either on their phone looking for clues or going for it. And there's no socializing in between.
Right.
Like, like the socializing is almost secondary to whatever world we have going on here. I sound like Fran Lebowitz right now.
Right. No, you're right.
But it's like you just have to realize that the in-person thing we're doing is more important than this thing.
Right.
After a while. And I
Right.
feel like some people don't snap out of that. So I'm just going to remind people, go ahead. I'm not saying put the phone away. You need your phone and you need to get home.
Or they
But-
have to go on Big Brother.
Right.
And they have to be like, that's the thing is like phones are so, it's a bomb for our social anxiety, but to the point that we just don't have social contact anymore.
Right. Or social, like, kind of obligation. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh, I have this, so I can just live in the comfort area and not open myself up to the risk of whatever, vulnerability or conversation, et cetera.
Yeah.
Now I'm like Brene Brown.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Vulnerability
but it is
powers everything.
It
Yes.
does empower everything, but vulnerability has become so rare and so unique to people because we have this permission societally to just close off.
And I think the advent of the word cringe is really killing vulnerability, too.
I know cringe is important.
All the greatest things are cringe.
To cringe, it means you care.
Yeah.
To be cringe, it means you are enthusiastic about something, and you care about something, and you want something, and that those things are really important. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think that cringe is bad. I mean, sometimes it's embarrassing. It feels bad sometimes, but it doesn't mean that we should stop doing it.
Right. Oftentimes it means you are being seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, and you shouldn't judge just the cringe as like your sole reaction. You can have opinions about why you're cringing. You should add those too.
Right.
Anyway.
But it's we are cringe because we dare to reach.
Yes.
And we should not stop reaching.
Oh my gosh. Now you're like Maya Angelou. speaking of Provincetown, you opened your tour there.
Yes.
Tell me all about what's happening on this tour. By the way, I saw you for the first time at DePaul University in 2003, and you brought the house down.
Amazing.
One of the highlights of my high school experience.
I love that. I'm so glad that you were there. That's fantastic. But my new show, it's called Choligarchy, and I'm trying to do whatever I can to get rid of this terrible administration. Like, I think that we need a whole cabinet removal. Like, Gavin Newsom needs to go in and, like, California closets, that whole like, thing. It's so bad.
Marie Kondo, just
yeah,
fully
we need
like...
to, none of it's barking joy.
No.
Get rid of it all. It's so bad, and it's just... But the one thing that they respond to is ridicule. They're the most wealthy people in the world, but they cannot afford jokes at their expense. So it's a very... I mean, you know, it's all political. It's, you know, what I always want to do. I was so critical of the Bush administration, and I was so wrong.
No, that feels so quaint now.
It's
yes.
so cute.
Yeah.
You know, to think Bush was bad.
Do you have other favorite comics who do this kind of ridicule well?
I think Josh Johnson is
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Oh my God, he's so good. He's Michelle Wolf.
Michelle Wolf, fabulous.
Oh
There's
my
something.
God.
You know what? She's a snarler.
She is a
It's
snarler.
not a dead species, at least in the heterosexual community.
She is so good. She just kills me. Laurie Kilmartin.
Laurie Kilmartin, my co-writer
you're
on
a co-writer.
Kimmel. Yes.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. By the way, you're doing so well on that show.
Jimmy remains fabulous. You know what he's like? You ever seen All the President's Men? Ben Bradley, the Jason Robards character, who's like the whiz editor or whatever. Imagine if he was just adding jokes all the time. Yeah, just like this print. You know, it's like that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. But yeah, Laurie is like one of my big heroes, like since the 1980s. So, you know, just to see her, you know, I don't get to see her very often, but when I do, I'm just incredibly impressed.
She is hilarious, and she's the kind of person you instantly want her affection.
Yeah.
Like she's got a reserve about her and a cool, but also like says the funny thing at the right time. And to me, she looks a little bit like Ricki Lee Jones.
Oh, she does.
Yes. Whom I miss.
I mean, really, that's incredible. Yeah, she's a really lovely person as well, but also just the jokes, just the caliber of jokes and the speed.
Yes.
In which she delivers them. She's relentless, and she's great. Also, Mark Maron. Mark Maron is really doing a wonderful job in critiquing what's happening with comedy and with politics. So he's wonderful too.
He's also one of these people who kind of just belongs everywhere in pop culture. Like he'll be like on that TV show or in that movie or doing that interview. Like there's no place in which he's not
in an
welcome.
indie film.
Yeah, and
like to show up in an indie film where he's like we watch Almost Famous and he's in there. Like, you know, he's kind of everywhere.
One last essay question. So when you're at a gay event and there's a performer, who are you most excited to see that you can almost guarantee will be on the stage, whatever, at Provincetown or at Fire Island or whatever?
Jake Shears.
I love Jake Shears.
I love Jake Shears. I love Jake Shears.
Can I tell you a crazy story?
Yes.
I went on a date with him once.
Ooh.
And he's a very cool person. And he brought me an album of Rita Coolidge. Why am I not married to Jake Shears?
I mean, that's kind of marriage material. Like, was it like a Chris Christopherson, Rita Coolidge? Or was
yeah, it was around that time. Yes. Oh, she was certainly wearing some baubles. Yeah.
How amazing.
Yeah. No, he gets it. He's very cool. And the music is always great.
Yeah, he's. I love seeing him. He's such a hunk, and I love seeing him. I love to say a bit of Mel C.
Oh, please. Scary Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of Mel B. I love to see a Jerry Halliwell.
Oh, sure. She wears all white now. She was on our podcast and she's like Emily Dickinson.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I love a Jodie Watley.
Jodie Watley. Well, you can't just say those words. I am obsessed with Jodie Watley.
Yeah.
I almost wore a Jodie Watley shirt today.
Oh my God.
I'm the One You Need is my favorite Jodie Watley song. Anytime I hear Looking for a New Love, which I make the band at Kimmel play sometimes. The kids need to know Jodie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Look up she was on Jet magazine one time, one of the hottest magazine covers ever.
She is such an icon. She's such a treasure.
Yeah.
So and before you would see like a Ruth Pointer.
Oh, sure.
You would see, you would see, Book of Love.
Yeah.
Wonderful bands. Joan Jett.
Of course, Joan Jett.
Joan Jett is iconic.
My answer is Taylor Dane. If you see Taylor Dane, like she'll be standing on top of the 7-Eleven at Chicago Market Days. You haven't paid a dime. She is absolutely howling those songs. Her voice sounds immaculate.
She's amazing.
Yeah, never not great. It's like a jewel. Shaka Khan sometimes will be at these too. I'm always obsessed with celebrities who are both the best, revered at what they do, and then yet kind of also like pedestrian level too. Like Dionne Warwick is both like one of the great vocalists ever, and yet also Psychic Friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I like the high-low.
Yeah, like it's like, like Dionne Warwick will like quote tweet you.
Yes.
Like she'll come
She's
back
around.
at you. Like
Yeah.
she'll come back at you. Like
Yeah.
it's great. I do love her, and also Icon.
Yes.
And his Psychic Friends. Which is so
Joan
like,
Rivers kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Like, ultimate comedian, and then also I'm in an infomercial for like I'm selling gold off my hands.
right,
Yeah.
QVC.
Yeah.
And answering the phones.
Yeah.
Like it's like very, I mean, it's very proletariat, but at the same time, like it's kind of like high-low culture, but it's beautiful.
Precisely.
I love that.
Precisely. Okay. If you have any other favorite gay vacation spots that we have not touched upon, throw them at me. I'll go to them. Invite me, please. Invite Margaret. She's probably been there.
I want to go.
When we're back, it's Keep It. Keep It is brought to you by OneSkin. Okay, you need to protect your skin from the sun, but what if you could protect it from things like collagen loss and inflammation, and even repair some of the damage you did when you were younger? The good news is that you can, something I learned from my scientist friends at OneSkin. I've been using their whole line of mineral SPFs for the face, body, and lips lately. Do you see a burn on me? Check out this skin, quoth Paris is burning. Not only do they protect your skin from UV damage now, they work at the cellular level to help repair the sun damage I did in my teens and 20s. My skin feels smoother, looks more even, and I've even noticed some of those age spots and wrinkles begin to fade. The face SPF is super lightweight, breathable, and comes in tinted or untinted. The body SPF is water resistant and helps prevent collagen loss, and the new lip SPF hydrates instantly and scientifically proven to keep your lips healthy, bouncy, and firm. The whole line is made with mineral, non-nano zinc oxide antioxidants like vitamin C and the OS01 peptide, so you can get protection, nourishment, and repair in one simple step. It's advanced sun care that performs like skincare. My skin is no joke. If I go out into the world, that is to say society, that is to say outside, like literally walking from Crooked to my car, I am in danger. So I need something I can depend on to make sure my skin is protected before I, for example, take pictures for my birthday in the middle of Chicago for market days, and I would prefer not to look like a dead farmhand. My expectations were high. This is a brand I've trusted anyway, and using it, it goes on so smoothly. It feels not like I'm wearing a lot of oil, like I'm in a bad massage or something. It just goes on and you can't even tell. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code KEEPIT at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code KEEPIT. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Keep It is brought to you by Acorns. Do you know what kind of investment I love doing? The kind I don't even have to think about. Acorns just takes money, spare money, little coins here and there, and turns them into productivity. Oh, that's my favorite kind of productivity, when I wasn't even a part of the product. Good advice is one thing. Actually putting it into practice is another. But with Acorns, it's easy to make healthy money habits automatic. Acorns is the financial wellness app that helps you invest for your future, save for tomorrow, and spend smarter today. Acorns makes it easy to start doing more with your money. In fact, you can just start automatically investing with just your spare change. You don't need to be a finance whiz, and oh my God, am I not. Acorns puts your money into expert-built portfolios to make sure you're investing wisely, not wildly. Plus, Acorns can support your money goals in life, like a new car, a first home, investing for your kids, saving up for retirement, and so much more. Acorns even has a checking account that automatically invests for you and an emergency fund that grows your money. And it's all in one easy-to-use app. Sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/keepit or download the Acorns app to get started. And we're back with my favorite segment of the episode. It's Keep It. Margaret, do you have any pop culture nuisances you want to level at us?
I don't like the attention paid right now to the contrarian. It really bothers me. So the contrarian is like a friend that we have. It's kind of a little bit akin to the friend who's too woke.
Yeah.
Also, I hate that friend that's too woke at this. Well, actually, and they're going to point out the thing that you missed in something. But the contrarian, it's like there's somebody that just can't let you just be. It's hot out today. Well, actually, it was cooler yesterday, and we're actually there's a marine layer, so it's not as hot as it would be. But, I can acknowledge that you would say that it's hot, but it's actually, I hate that.
Yeah.
when people are contrarians.
And also, it's like, I mean, it kills a social vibe for one thing. But two, this is where I think everybody could benefit from taking an acting class, because what you need to be analyzing is intention. They are doing this to bring a sort of contempt into the room and control the dynamic. And I don't think it has anything to do with like, I actually want to help you and be your friend. You know when somebody is being friendly.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think it's like they maybe perceive it as like old school Y2K negging. You know, when men, like straight men, have that sort of technique to hit on beautiful women by insulting them.
Yeah.
You know, that's
which
sort
they
of,
just love.
but it's like the idea behind it is like, oh, well, women are so unused to being insulted that they'll be interested. So it's kind of like a little piece of that, but it's also just like a gross feeling. It's like, I don't want to argue.
No.
I'm just saying something that's like not even that important, but at the same time, you're impressing your like opinion on it in such a nuanced way that's super annoying.
Yeah. Is that also a little bit a part of that? Was that Neil Strauss book, The Secret or something, where like the whole, the game or whatever it's called, where like you, negging's a part of it. Anyway, that's so, who has the time to put in that sort of like Machiavellian forethought? Like, sex is a good time. It shouldn't really be about trickery and games.
It's like it was sort of this idea that you want to date out of your league, whatever that means. And so you want to be able to approach women. How can we, as quote unquote, like not attractive guys, hook attractive women through trickery of like fooling them into thinking that we should like them, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I guess that's led to the whole Charlie Kirk universe in which we live or whatever.
There's a link to that like kind of incel-ish culture too.
Yeah.
You know, that we need to outsmart women in order to get them to like us.
And also gamifying in a way and stuff.
Yeah.
Too, you know, that like impersonal, everything's like a 0 and a 1.
It's weird.
Mostly 0.
It's mostly zeros. I mean, Charlie Kirk is so gross, but it's like the weirdness of like not looking at women as human beings and not really kind of seeing them as a whole person, and that they're kind of something to figure out.
Yes, right. My keep it this week. Have you seen the movie Weapons yet?
I have not.
Okay. Weapons is this incredibly hailed new horror movie. And by the way, there's this whole argument online that it's not a horror movie. It's a horror movie. And it stars Julia Garner, who can do no wrong, and is allegedly still supposed to play Madonna at some point.
I think she's going to be great.
And also, because I can't think of anybody else it should be.
Wait, who played her in the bio?
Oh yeah, Blonde.
Pics?
Was it Blonde Ambition or whatever? The actress in that movie is named Tarumi Matthews. I don't know her other credits. It's like Cynthia Gibb in the Karen Carpenter story. I mainly just know her from that.
Oh, she was on Fame.
Yeah. Oh, the TV show?
Yeah, she was a later addition on Fame, the TV show.
Oh.
I think after Leon left.
Got it.
It wasn't like Debbie Mazar or something.
No.
Who I still love.
Would be
that
lovely.
would be great.
Yeah. And you know Margaret Qualley is going to play Debbie Mazar in this movie whenever it happens.
Ooh,
I've already made up my mind.
Yes.
Or Julia Fox. Could be Julia Fox.
Ooh, Julia Fox would be a great Debbie Mazar.
Yeah, yeah.
I do love Julia Fox.
Did you just hear who's playing Heidi Fleiss?
Aubrey Plaza.
That is the most perfect casting.
Amazing.
Casting should feel like relief.
Amazing. I want to play Madame Alex.
Yeah. Oh, God, this is such a
the
good era.
bathrobe in the nightgown, always like calling her.
What also blows me away is how young Heidi Fleiss was during that. She was like 26 when all that was blowing up.
But I love Aubrey Plaza. I think she's so beautiful, and she's such a great actress. It's perfect.
She also, I never expected to be a big fan of Aubrey Plaza. I wasn't a Parks and Rec person, and then she gave us Emily the Criminal, that season of White Lotus, and I was in. She's like hitting hard.
She's genius. She's just beautiful. She was in Provincetown when I was there.
Oh,
so
wow.
She was there hagging it up with her gays. She's having a good time.
And she's funny for real too.
Really
One
funny
of the last
for real.
great talk show guests.
Super cool, super beautiful. So it's actually, and looks like Heidi Fleiss. So it's actually perfect. She has that same like charisma, because I think Heidi Fleiss had a lot of rizz.
Yeah.
You know, that allowed her to like move around these spaces and do what she did.
You know who facially fits also in the same mold as Heidi Fleiss? Wendy Liebman, the comedian.
Oh, she's a genius too.
I love her. Love Wendy Liebman.
Yeah, she's a true genius. I just did a show with her. She's a true genius.
Love her.
Yeah.
Weapons. Okay. This is a hailed horror movie starring Julia Garner. Actually, everybody is great in it. Alden Ehrenreich is in it. And it's about this woman is a teacher, and all the students in her kindergarten-ish, a little bit older than that, class disappear except for one kid. She goes to school and none of them are there except one. And we end up doing this Rashomon thing where we go from one perspective to another, hers, then like the guy she's dating, then there's a junkie who gets involved, and we get all their perspectives, and basically all of them end up at this same haunted house where the one kid in her classroom lives. The one remaining kid in her classroom lives. At that point, afterwards, I have to say, keep it to how the movie turns to comic relief when I so believed in the sinisterness of the premise. I felt it was bailing on how spooky it would be to actually lose a bunch of kids and not know why.
Yeah.
And eventually you realize that just a sort of stereotypical demonic character is responsible for this. I'm literally a Scooby-Doo villain. Think the fineries. Imagine a female Scooby-Doo villain. That's what this looks like. And the performance given by the actress playing that role is fabulous. She is great and unrecognizable. I'm gonna spoil this because you would never know it's her. Amy Madigan, who was fabulous in the movie Twice in a Lifetime with Gene Hackman,
Right.
Field of Dreams,
Right.
wife of Ed Harris.
Right.
They scoured when Elia Kazan won that Lifetime tribute at the Oscars. I will always remember that. I just wanted the movie I wanted the reason the kids disappeared to have more, I don't want to say like import, but it felt like they set up such a sinister, real social vibe in this community and then chose a way out that felt too light for how good and technically accomplished the movie was.
Oh yeah, what a letdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a disappointment.
You know.
That they didn't take, because it is like, if you really like thought about it, and then also the anxiety that we have about kids in school now with all the school shootings. So it's about harvesting the fear that already exists around situations that are kind of like this.
Yes, right. That I wanted something that had like a little bit of insight in it, like somebody in the community got involved or something, but it was just a brand new character, like a character that could have been introduced in a rewrite, basically.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I found that sort of disappointing. But this movie, I'm happy that there's a movie in August that is this hailed, because we usually have to wait till September, October to be like, oh, look, a Metacritic 86 or whatever, finally.
Yeah.
And of course, I love Julia Garner, and hopefully she plays Madonna soon.
Well, I hope that she plays Madonna, because I think that she has the metal, because Madonna is so steely inside, and that's the thing that is so hard to portray in her. There's a steely quality, and the tininess and the blondness that it sort of like denies, but there's a hard quality in Madonna that I think that Julia Gardner also has.
Yes. No, I mean, and she can occasionally be just frightening, which I think will be important when we get to the harder scenes, the boardroom scenes.
Like arguing with somebody about Penthouse.
Yeah. Right, or being like, actually, you're still going to pay me, Pepsi.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That better be the Oscar-winning scene.
I hope so.
Because I think Madonna's hottest look ever is the Pepsi commercial, too. She has the brown hair with the one blonde streak.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Like horny skunk. Yeah.
They still used like a prayer too, didn't they? That was during like a prayer, wasn't it?
Yes, precisely.
And they still used it, didn't they?
Yeah, for a second, and then they dropped the commercial but still paid Madonna.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to see.
Speaking of like a prayer, also, though, keep it in this movie, too. I'm sorry, I'm so done watching people's hands bleed. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, some people love that shit. Like, that Cronenberg started this, and then we just kept it going. But, like, the witchy character who appears, like, does a lot of impaling herself, and I just have seen it before.
Yeah. That stigmata. Like, it's just, I've had
That's
it.
for Like a Prayer.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're keeping it at Like a Prayer, and nobody gets to use it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Margaret, for understanding. And also, Margaret, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And for being rad as fuck.
You're the best.
You know fucking everything. You're legendary comment, always funny. If people wanted tickets to your tour, could they acquire them?
They can go to margaretcho.com.
Oh, Margaret, that makes it so easy.
I know.
I should go to your website. Do you have cute merch?
I do. I have everything.
Oh, allow me to pick some up.
I love it.
I just bought Jody Watley merch recently, but I will pick Margaret Cho merch
Please
next.
do.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
I hope it's a pleasure to be you, because it sure looks like it.
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you.
And that's Keep It. We'll see you next week.